Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I want to tell you about types of variables from statistic research methodology. But before that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Afifah Ikrimah. You can call me Afifah from class 5 BA. Now let us begin. Types of variables. You will meet many types of variables, but now I just want to tell you two types of variables. They are categoric and continuous, and we'll look at two examples of each one. Yeah, you could give a brief description of the topic you want to talk about, but we will talk about type of variables and just two types of variables that are categoric and continuous. Yeah, this is type. There are types of variables. Number one, category variable. Do you know what is categoric variable? Categorical variables are also known as discrete variables or classificatory variables or qualitative variables. A categorical variable has a limited number of distinct values, that is, they can be classified into distinct limited categories. Based on the opinions from Wono and Emiliano, 2014, they said the attributes or subvalues or subsets of a categorical variable vary in kind rather than in degree, amount or level or quantity. So in categorical variables, the variations of the variables are associated with specific categories. As such, the variance in the subsets of a categorical variable is a function of the placement of these values or attributes in different categories rather than with respect to a scale of measurement. Yeah, in these variables, there are four kinds of the variables. There are nominal variables, ordinal variables, dichotomous variables, polychotomous variables. First, nominal variables. These have two or more categories where are not in intrinsic other. Yeah. Classification of the values of the variable, this variable's type, is based on equality or sameness or difference. No category can be said to greater than or less than the other. A nominal variable doesn't actually show measurements. Rather, it names the characteristics of the subgroups. A variable like mode of study could have values like full-time, part-time, and distance learning. Other examples of this variable include religion, gender, or nationality. The second one is ordinal variables. These variables, like nominal variables, have two or more categories, but they can be ordered or ranked. Yeah. And then a category can be said to be greater or less than another. A plain tag, for example, can assume any value with a certain range. Other examples include test scores, income level. Next, dichotomous variables. These variables have only two categories or levels. A dichotomous variable may have similar features of nominal variables in terms of not having intrinsic others. An example is gender. The categories are likely to be male and female. Another example is a variable like category or category of staff was subsets could be senior staff and junior staff. Yeah, and then for example, test scores which normally have multiple values can be discounted as categories like high or low based on boundary score set by the researchers to delimit one category from the other. Yeah, however, it's not possible to convert a true dichotomous variable to a polychotomous one. The next polychotomous variables. These variables have more than two categories of subsets. Yeah. For example, a variable like computer proficiency level, which could have subsets like beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Or other examples from this variable include educational qualification and religion. Example of category variables. Example number 1. In this experiment and conduction of head example. We can look this one, the example. Yeah. Example number 2. Yeah. Next, continuous variables. Do you know what is continuous variables? Continuous variables can be measured by scale such that the subsets or groupings are different from each or one another on the basis of quantity, degree, level, or amount. They vary on the basis of magnitude along an order continuum. And such variables can take an infinite number of values. That is, they can assume a unbounded range of values along a specific continuum. Yeah. And they are also known as quantitative, or measured variables, and they have the feature of rank orders. Continuous variables can be further divided into classes like interval, or ratio variables. There are two kinds of these variables. There are interval variables and ratio variables. Yeah. Did I say? Interval variables. Interval variable can be measured along a continuum in a scale. In addition, each subset have a numerical value. So, as such, we can talk of the size of the interval between the subsets of an interval variable. The feature of rank ordering can be found in this type of variables. Yeah. Temperature, or measured in Celsius or Fahrenheit, is example of interval variables. Yeah. Equal intervals on scale type PV equal amounts of the attributes being measured. For example, the difference between 20 Celsius and 30 degrees Celsius is the same as that between 30 degrees Celsius and 40 degrees Celsius. Interval variables don't have a true or absolute 0 point. A reading of 0 degrees Celsius doesn't indicate a complete lack of the temperature. Yeah. The second one, ratio variables, is first and foremost interval variable. but not all interval variables are ratio variables. For example, temperature measured in Celsius or Fahrenheit is an interval variable, but not a ratio variable. Why? Because ratio variables have the features of magnitude and order. In addition, a ratio variable has absolute of 0 points. Examples of a ratio variable include test scores, height, and weight. Temperature measured in Kelvin can be said to be a ratio variable because 0 Kelvin indicate that there is no temperature whatsoever. They are the examples of continuous variables. Yeah, just you can look this one. And example number 1, number 2. Yeah, this is this experiment to investigate the cooling of water. So the continuous variable is the temperature of the water, 70 degrees Celsius and others. Okay, thank you guys for this change. Thank you very much for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.